Hello, my name is Yungu Lee, and today I'm going to talk about fracking, its environmental effects, and the solutions. As you can see in this graph on the left, the United States is leading the first place in energy consumption of natural gas, which is 762 billion cubic meters, followed by Russia by 471 billion cubic meters. On the right graph, it shows you that among energy consumption in the United States, the natural gas has 29% of the total energy consumption. This already tells you how much natural gas consumption there is in the United States. One cannot just produce natural gas just like electricity. It is from very limited resources and it is very hard to produce. People are so used with using natural gas such as gas heater or stoves. Some even might think that the natural gas will last forever, but in reality, we have such a limited resources and they are creating many environmental issues. As I said before, natural gas does not come easily, and it requires fracking process as known as hydraulic fracture. There are other methods, but majority of companies use this method because it is the most common and easiest way. This method takes 3 basic steps, which are drilling, fracking, and collecting. For drilling, you need to drill a well vertically into the ground around 2,500 meters deep to reach the shale layer. Once you reach the shale layer, turn 90 degrees and drill another 1,500 meters horizontally. Second is fracking. Perforate with perforating gun to make numerous inch-long holes on the horizontal pipe. Use the fracking fluid, which are made up of 90% of water, sands, and chemicals. Inject the fluid into the well with high pressure to fracture the shale layer. Then, retrieve the fracking fluid into the water storage and make sure there is no leak. And the last one is collecting. The natural gas will be released from the fissure and start to rise. And now collect those gases into the storage and transfer it into the gas tank. However, fracking creates environmental problems. There are 2 main problems right now, and first one is water pollution. Fracking liquid contains toxic chemicals that are carcinogenic. Throughout the fracking process, the toxic chemical could escape into the groundwater and contaminate both the ground and the water. Second one is methane production, and methane is one of the main components of natural gas. And the methane has almost 25 times more power to trap the heat than carbon dioxide does. So usually 3 to 4% of methane escapes from the fracking. So we need to reduce the methane production. And there are solutions to reduce the environmental effects, and here are the solutions. First, people need to use more of renewable energy. Global warming is real and happening right now. We need to reduce the consumption of energy that uses natural gas, coal, and petroleum. They produce carbon dioxide and methane more than any other thing do. However, renewable energy is very clean and does not contaminate the earth. Second is use gas fracking. Recently, engineers developed a new way of fracking where it uses propane gas to fracture the shale layer. In this way, it reduces the usage of fracking liquid, which is hard to reuse. Also, propane evaporates from the well due to high pressure and high temperature, so it does not contaminate the ground as fracking liquid would. And lastly, the government needs to regulate with laws. People need natural gas, but it is not easy to change the way you live overnight. So the government should enforce stricter laws to make sure that there is no leakage during fracking process and make sure that the used fracking liquid gets purified before being released. This is not our problem right now, but we need to think about our next generation. Natural gas in the United States will last about 90 years. It may not be a problem right now, but we need to start preparing for next generation. Thank you for listening, and these are my links.